I got a hair problem, right?
Good Tuesday. Really proud of how, especially our defensive guys are working. You can sense that they know the challenge ahead of them. We're going to have by far our biggest challenge defensively of the season this Saturday. Really start working hard. Worked hard today, kind of preparing them to go on the road. Had crowd noise all practice to work on our cadence. We got to do a better job. I think not everybody is doing it the way we need it done, and we've got to have a total team effort in how we prepare. Guys, feel really good about how our defense prepared today. Feel really good about our offensive line. But have some guys step up at wide receiver. We got to get better at that position, and that seems to be the one that lacks the most leadership and those just little bitty things that I'm big on. So had a good day today. Obviously, very difficult for our scout team to simulate what they do, as is they're having the same problem right now. I like how our guys make. I got guys that are calling me and texting me at night saying, "Coach, the huddle pro's down," and so I know they're watching film. So that makes me feel good that they're studying film, and it means a lot to them. And what we got to do is make sure that we keep pressing forward and we keep getting better every single day, and we don't let complacency slip in, because we really have to develop our depth. I can't say that enough. DeAndre looked great today. I mean, wow, what an incredible athlete. There's a great example of a guy that is no doubt a dynamic tailback. And we're saying, hey man, we need you to do this if you don't mind doing it for us. And he comes over today really bright, really smart, really can do some things. He'll be able to help us, and I'm hoping he can be able to do it by this weekend.
Coach, how important is it to limit those, keep the penalties down like we have for over the first 2 games?
Well, it's the two single most important things is ball security, which we're not doing. That's the thing that's showing up, is that we've turned the ball over 3 times. 2 times would have been touchdowns for sure. If we do that this week, if we turn the ball over 1 time, we're putting ourselves in jeopardy to come out short on the short end of the stick. So ball security, and then being disciplined and playing disciplined football. We're going on the road, SEC, SEC officials, everything. You better make sure that you're very, very disciplined about what you're doing. And I'm not saying anything derogatory about the officials, but I'd rather have Pac-12.
Are you using a non-quarterback to simulate what they do at that position athletically?
No, Ryan does a great job. Our scout team quarterback's really a pretty darn good quarterback, and so he simulates for us. And he's not. I mean, he is a really good runner, but he is a lot more dangerous throwing the football. So we really need that simulated better. And our scout team didn't have a very good day. We got to have a better day tomorrow to simulate what they're doing. They have such big play potential. Number 4, the running back, can take it to the house. I mean, he's flat got big play potential. And then 85-2, they have a bunch of receivers, 28, a really good receiving core that can take it to the house. And he just buys himself time, and then he hits the ball down the field. And he's got great vision down the field. So big plays are going to be a challenge this week.
You said you wanted to use Foster more in the receiving role. Do you feel he could be the guy that you're looking for to step up as far as in that position?
He's been doing great. I mean, he's we utilize him as a receiver as well. We use Marion Bratz as well, and we've been using our running backs a lot out of the backfield. And that's just something we'll do. But DJ's just, he is a dynamic tailback too. So we're not going to move him to receivers, but we'll use him out of the backfield.
Is Corey Adams getting any better?
One day he is, next day he's not. So it's kind of that's where your backs work. I sure wish he would, because we sure need him. He'd be a great asset to us, but I really don't know. Carlos Mendoza will be out for the season. I don't know if you did you tell him that? Carlos Mendoza's out for the season. He had we thought he was going to be fine. It was going to be a deal we could just strengthen, and then they went and did a MRI, and he had a little bone chip. So he's going to go ahead and have surgery, but he'll be able to redshirt, get a medical redshirt, and he was really down about it, and we were too, but I told him we'll be real happy 5 years from now. So he's going to be out for the season. I told you what to do.
Has Corey been practicing? Was he able to go do anything?
Corey Adams?
Yeah,
no.
nothing.
He does a little bit. You know, he goes to Muscle Beach. He's just got that issue with his back. I guess it's been a chronic deal for a long time, and we're trying to get the shots to take hold and all that stuff. But I expected him to be back. You know, but it's just kind of been a chronic deal. It's back. You know, if you guys ever had back problems, it's hard to predict things like that. But I don't expect him back this week.
Where all did you try DeAndre today? We got kind of a nickel package type deal that we were looking at him at, and then in our dime package, he'll play back off the ball. So up kind of on the ball on the edge, kind of like a spur, I guess, and then back. We just got to be careful we don't overload him. But he's really sharp, and man, I mean, he's physical and he can really help us. And really, what we envision him doing is being able to be a bandit, free safety type guy, and help us out, you know. And then I think Coach will still use him for certain plays on offense.
How much do you feel like a team needs to kind of go on the road to come together?
I think our team came together at Camp Arizona. I think if you need to go on the road to come together, you're going to be disappointed when you go on the road. So we got no excuses. We have the talent to win and be successful here. It's all about our training and our development and continuing to trust the things we're being taught. And that's not easy. I mean, it's not easy I tell people, we're one conference championship away from really setting this thing off, and one big adversity away from falling apart. You know, so that's kind of how these things kind of work. But I love these kids. I think they believe in what we're doing, and we got a little bit of trust developed, and so it makes us dangerous. And the success has helped the buy-in, because we hadn't had moderate success. I mean, we really blew out our first opponent, and we really dominated a quality Big Ten opponent. So that was really helped with a buy-in. But I think in both those games, that we really, our matchups schematically and stuff, we had a superior advantage. And we're going into a game where, as far as the schematics, it's going to be a wash. These guys are very, very, have a very, very good scheme. It's very difficult to plan for. And these guys have been a very disciplined team. And coming off a big emotional loss last weekend, that really, they didn't, Georgia didn't stop them. They stopped themselves by turning the football over. So, it's going to be going on the road is a whole different deal, and so we're already planning and preparing for that. But the key is your focus, your discipline. When you walk into a place, when we walk in there, man, you got to have blinders on. You got to be focused on the job at hand. You can't get rattled whenever you face adversity, because you're going to face adversity. I'm kind of waiting for us to face some, see what's going to happen. We had a fumble, I guess, last week, and we don't yell and scream at them or nothing. If you don't take care of the ball, you're not going to be on the field. That's how it works. And so our guys know that, and they know we got accountabilities, and I think it helps them mature. And we're getting better. I really do. I think we're getting better. But we are going to, if we go to Missouri and we don't face adversity, I will be shocked.